Heaven and hell are earthly conditions. The head is heaven, the heel is hell, above and below. And they meet in the middle at the waistline of the hips, of Libra, of equilibrium, of balance, of Baal and ants, and the ancestry of Baal. I haven't always been like this, you know. I was ignorant. I was raised in ignorance, put through the 12-step program of public education, which all of the subjects of Jack are watered down, presented. We're lied to by omission. We're not given the Gematria, and we're not told geometry is etymologically Gaia-measure, earth measure, Mother Earth as the goddess. And we're trained to think of our world as a stale environment devoid of personal pronouns like her or his, as referring to the sky as either his or her, and the earth as his or her, as beings, as consciousness, as entities. We're taught to look at our world as an it rather than a you, and that's a big difference. And this is the psychology, the psychopathology, which is behind the destruction of the biosphere, this imminent death of a whole web of life, which for all we know is the only one in the whole friggin' universe. This insanity of modern man. It's a pathology, and everyone carries it to some degree. And the degree to which you recognize that pathology and you're seeking to take your own consciousness back from the social engineers of education, public education, of governmental paradigm, is the degree to which you're moving toward wholeness or holiness or health or integration, integrity. Integrity is not a simple little, oh, just do unto others, golden rule following. It's deeper, it's more powerful than that. It's about having structural integrity so you're rooted and balanced and able to stand on your own, and you will bend but not break when the winds blow. Enlightenment is a destructive process. It destroys illusions. It's not this, rosy, enlightenment, like a lot of these narcissistic New Agers are leading people to believe, leading people into Neverland, into denial of the shadow of Shad. Every personality mask has its shadow. Every light has its shadow. Every positive has its negative counterpart. And you need this equilibrium, this tension between them in order for things to manifest. In order to have anything, you need this tension of the opposites, and you need to hold that tension in order to have balance, equilibrium of Libra at the equator, the midline of your waist. And your left and your right and your upper and lower need to be harmonized consciously. Doesn't happen unless you consciously make it happen. You have to seek in order to find. Can't just passively sit back. So check out yesterday's cash register synchronicities. Seeing is its own right action. This one, 4488 total at 8:48 p.m., which is the 20th hour, 48th minute, and it was the 28th second, 1488. The change was 1488. The total was 4488. Customer paid cash 30. I think they used a combo of cash and card is how that happened. Yep. And then the 12 items. And then room 237 appearing there in the invoice number. To appear is to appair. Just because it's contradictory doesn't mean it's not true. Paradox. Paradox. The doctor at birth who of the delivery after the water's broken, born from the water, delivered to the doctor. Maritime Admiralty law. Maritime Admiralty nightmare. Putting a $sign on life, having to pay to live. Cost of living. Think about it. 16:15 total. 20th hour, 41st minute, 31st second. 1615, 14, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16. Look at the invoice number, 2233. Keep dismissing the meaningful coincidences in your life. Keep dismissing the connections. Just turning a blind eye. See where that gets you. Keep walking through one's life thinking that it's a viable option to regard yourself as separate from everything else. You're separate, but you're also connected. It's not either or ever. It's always both, yang and yin. It's never just black and white or red and blue. You got to take this red pill or of yang, the fire, in order to get into the upper room, to get clarity within. But once you've done that, it's all about setting the balance and equilibrium so you can be whole, healthy, holy, sane, sanitary. Keep your mind. People are obsessed with physical sanitation, but how many are focusing on psychological sanity? You need that. 1666 on this one. And look at the time. 2:36, 3:6. I'm implying the 360s and the 3/6s and the 360 degrees of the circle, the sphere. 334 change after paying with 20. 1666. The number of the beast and the number of a man, or all men and womb men. Carbon 12, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Neutral ons. Neutered ons. Neuter suns. Neither. In the middle, mixed. At the mem of Phoenician, the mid, 13th letter of the 26, M. 30, this was back to back with that last one with the 1666. Yeah, it was, because look at the time. 2:37. This one with the 1666 was 2:36. Back to back. Both with the 66. 1666, this one 3666. 14 items in that one, 4 items in that one. 2035, 2036. This one I didn't have to reprint because the customer didn't take the receipt. I don't want it, just throw it away. Can you toss that for me? How many times do I hear that throughout the day? See, this is the symbolism of this, right? A big section of part of the symbolism of these cash register synchronicities is the miraculous manifested through trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. People throwing away the light. Discarding it. Ignoring it. Ignorance is ignoring ancestry. I come from ignorance as well. I didn't even know what the word ignorant meant in like 7th grade. I remember, never forget walking home with Jeremy Goodwin, and he mocked me the whole way home because I didn't know what ignorant meant. Yep. I went up till 7th grade without knowing what the word ignorant meant. 1925, 17th hour, 15th minute, 25th second. 25th second, total ending in 25. 925, my birthday, 529, my cashier number. Working 9 to 5. This one, 5:32 p.m. and the change just so happened to be the same numbers rearranged. 325, 532. Eve equals 32. Libra, 42. Eve is Libra, the even line of the autumnal equinox, of evenness, of Eve, of balance, of equilibrium. Libra, the living Ra. Eve is the one who lives. And the invoice number, Isis, 1515. She is also Isis. She's the one that is. Is. Trader Joe's, 506. In the Matrix. 13 items, 803 and 4223 total. 3, the tree. The little girl with her mom, I don't know, she was probably like a 6th grader maybe, I don't know. She was on her, twiddling her thumbs the whole time, but at the end when I showed her and her mom this, her jaw was dropping and her eyes were popping out of her head when they left, so that's why I say things like, it doesn't bother me that I'm not getting a lot of views for these videos and I'm under the radar and all this sort of thing, because I'm in it for the long run. Yeah, it's always now. It's always right here, right now. It's the only time we have. However, all the nows that are still to come are factors in all of this. Persistence is a big thing, and it's important because it ain't over till the fat lady sings. 5142 was the customer's change amount. And look at the invoice number, 1521. 5142 with a 512 in there, and then 1521 invoice number. Aries and Libra. Balance, man and woman. Mars and Venus. Adam and Eve, odd and even. Dawn and evening. Yang and yin. Day and night. Hold the tension of the opposites for balance. Get into the middle. Stop swinging from left to right. Stop playing into these sick politicians and plutocrats who want you just going for red or blue and voting still when our Constitution has been violated, and no one should be voting for any of these crooks who are just serving their elite masters, paymasters. Everyone should be withdrawing in disgust, which is not the same as apathy. 155.34 total, and look how many items. 55. Number value of Santa Satan. Alright, upside down, right? 55. Santa equals 55. Satan equals 55. In Gematria, S is 19, A is 1, N is 14, T is 20, A is 1. Christmas is Saturnalia. Revel, debauchery, licentiousness, orgies. It's no longer people doing it in the streets and getting drunk in the streets, killing each other. Now it's spending orgies. It's commerce, commercial exploitation of the merchants of death, of the Orange House of Death, the merchants with their enchantment on the masses for Christmas, Christmas, Cap-Ra-Corn, That's the tropic where the sun will die and then be reborn when he starts arising to Aries. The Yule log. Part 3 coming up.